Hello, HalfPint here, and I just wanted to say real quick, if you've been enjoying my content, please remember to subscribe to the channel here on YouTube and follow me on Twitch so you can always catch us when we're live and see more content. Also, if you are new here, welcome in, and if you're enjoying the video, please remember to like it because it helps me out a lot. I also post funny clips and other things on TikTok. All the links are in the description below, and thanks again. Now let's get into the video.
Alright, I have no idea what this guy is. Greatest gaming joke of all time. I don't know. We're gonna check this out. I no idea what this is about.
How embarrassing it is being born. The first thing a human being does when it's birthed is cry, and crying is cringe. So we literally enter this world as a little cringe.
Okay, I disagree. Crying's not cringe. That's some toxic masculinity. You deserve this pause face. And obviously he's being sarcastic, but still. I would say they cry because being born, the physical act of being born, is cringe. So they're crying because of it's a reaction to the cringe they've just experienced and gone through. You know, like you're born, you're like, that was awful.
Specimen, and it's up to us to spend the rest of our
like we quietly know, like, I didn't want to exist. What the fuck?
Our lives trying to transcend the first cringe and be something more. But what happens when you spend your entire lives as nothing but a clown? Someone who just embarrasses themselves at every step of their journey. Well, then you end up like Billy Mitchell. I'm just describing Billy Mitchell. Billy Mitchell is the self-proclaimed video game player of the century. He was the former world record holder for Donkey Kong, and he has spent the better part of the last 4 or 5 years just ruining his own reputation.
Wait, is Garrett Bobby Ferguson from the regular show based off of a real person named Billy Mitchell? I'm gonna be really excited if that's what this turns out to be.
By frivolously suing everyone that even so much as makes fun of him or makes a light joke about him.
Okay, maybe not.
And the reason for this lashing out is because it was revealed through tons and tons and tons of evidence that Billy Mitchell most likely cheated for his records, is most likely a fraud. Allegedly. So since that doomsday, Billy's just been an insufferable
oof. Oof, bud. You wanted it too bad, Garrett Bobby Ferguson. He even cheated in the episode of Regular Show. I'm just gonna start calling this guy Garrett Bobby Ferguson. Giant beard face.
Asshole who sues everyone who makes a joke about it or talks about it, and he tries to scare people with massive lawsuits. It's just a big piece of shit. So he's already sued a YouTuber whom I'm a big fan of. His name's Carl. I'm sure a lot of you have watched his content before. He's suing Carl, and it's a very expensive lawsuit so far. It's been like 100.
I don't know who this Carl guy is, but I like speedrunning, so I should check it out. I'm being sued and canceled. Dude, that literally looks like Garrett Bobby Ferguson. Hold on, timeout. What? Oh, it is based off him. It's totally based off him. That's amazing. That's amazing. Holy shit.
$180,000.
I didn't know he was a real person.
But he wasn't done there. Just 2 weeks ago, Billy Mitchell came back out of the shadows to sue Carl again. Even though the previous lawsuit is still ongoing, he is suing Carl again. But this time for an even more outrageous reason that I'm not going to spoil right now. I'll let Carl go ahead and give you the surprise because what a special treat it is. This is one of the most baffling reasons for a lawsuit I think I've probably ever heard in general. Now, as I understand it, the second lawsuit hasn't been fully filed yet. Right now it is still in the letter of intent stage where they are intending to sue Carl and have sent him the documents to indicate such. But it looks like it is going to...
They haven't filed it? I didn't know there was like an intention process for suing. Like, hey, heads up, I'm going to sue you. And then like a little later, you're being sued. Like, what? I feel like in movies and stuff, you always see people just like get handed things. They're like, I'm being sued.
To be sent in the coming days. In response to this, Carl made another video going over just how silly it all is, but also how expensive everything is. And he set up a GoFundMe because... he's right now getting dual hand jobs here from Billy Mitchell with the double lawsuit coming in. So he does have a GoFundMe, which I'm going to link below. Please feel free to support him if you'd like to help Carl against an absolutely ruthless villain here. I think Billy Mitchell is unhinged, and this kind of behavior is completely unacceptable and complete fucking bullshit. And hopefully it results in Billy Mitchell himself getting countersued. Good news is he currently is in another lawsuit with a company called Twin Galaxies, and it's looking like he will most likely lose that. So
Is that because he cheated allegedly?
And I have full confidence that Carl will also be able to beat Billy Mitchell, because Billy has a history of these awful fucking lawsuits that just don't work because they're so fucking dumb. Now, I'd like to share some of Carl's video with you and go into even more deep.
If he's suing for like defamation and shit, then yeah, because I mean, like, from what I understand, in places like the UK, in America, Canada, it's like really, really hard to legally prove that defamation took place. I don't really understand why, but it's just like basically impossible to draw a concrete line, connecting dots in a way that paints the picture of like someone actually defaming character or slander happening, which is, I feel like growing up I heard like slander and stuff like that threatened all the time or talked about a lot in shows and stuff, and then it turns out it's like a frivolous lawsuit exclusively and almost never works out.
Detail on Billy Mitchell. So I want to talk about this. I don't know how many of you saw this today.
He's suing
Carl
everyone
is
again.
Being sued by Billy Mitchell. Billy Mitchell, as I'll bring you up to speed on the lore, disgraced best gamer of all time. What did he call himself?
I should check out this guy.
Can't quite recall. Donkey Kong world record holder, outed as a fraud, in denial for the rest of his life, allegedly a fraud. Otherwise, I'm going to get sued for saying that. And he just goes on like a legal rampage to try and scare people into silence. So he throws his meat around to get people on edge so they don't talk about him or they remove anything that's, you know, hypercritical of him. Carl has once again found himself in the crosshairs of old Billy Mitchell here. So he's now posted this video talking about it, and this one is a little scarier than the last one. Billy Mitchell's...
This is probably why they named the character Garrett Bobby Ferguson in regular show, now I'm thinking about it. Especially if he originally got caught for like cheating back in the Dizzy.
Got the fangs out, so he's coming out locked and loaded, and it's just a really fucking sad situation that Billy Mitchell continues to do this. He's what they call a serial suer. He just files all kinds of these frivolous lawsuits knowing full well they won't make it to court, but is still expensive on the people he files them against most of the time. It's a fucking disgrace. And he's absolutely shit at games.
As many of you
That's
know,
hilarious. Oh god, that's hilarious if he's actually bad at games. That's the fucking best part of this entire thing.
Sued by Billy Mitchell. In September of 2021, Mitchell filed a $450,000 lawsuit against me over my video titled "The Biggest Con Man in Video Game History."
Great video too.
In that video,
Yeah, so if you're not familiar with Billy Mitchell, but you've seen the regular show, Billy Mitchell was so upset that they used his image in...
Yeah, he's talking about it too! Thank you, Mordecai! Thank you, Mordecai.
Here, I'll bring it up, actually. I don't even know why I'm going to try and paint it with words when I can just look it up. They used this as like an antagonist when it was about like a high score episode. Billy Mitchell got pissed.
That's hilarious.
He got so fucking mad. And this is honestly the best Billy Mitchell's ever looked. I actually think regular show did him a great service. Usually he's dressed like he's running for student class president. But here they made him look cool.
He was just a giant beard face.
I can't remember if he sued them though. Oh no, he did. He did and lost. Which sounds par for the course.
That's hilarious.
Judges
declare Mitchell is not a giant floating head, contrary to belief. Yeah, it was Garrett Bobby Ferguson, dude.
Declares Mitchell is not a giant floating head. Cool ruling. Though I do understand why Billy might be a little upset because they portrayed him as like this ferociously unhinged maniac, which he is. So that's just a big old fucked Billy.
That's just JG Quintel knowing what's up.
I actually haven't read the quotes from the ruling. The television character does not match the plaintiff in appearance. GBF, character in the show, appears as a non-human creature, a giant floating head with no body from outer space, while plaintiff is a human being.
Oh my fucking god. While Plaintiff is a human being. Dude, these guys don't look anything alike. That's true though. He is a giant floating head, and then when he gets like ready to play the game, he like squeezes out arms and legs from his beard. It's really gross.
And
You know, I'm just gonna roll the clip.
So you've broken the world record.
Who's asking?
Me.
It's a giant bearded face! GBF!
Yeah, I'm GBF all right. But it stands for Garrett Bobby Ferguson, not giant bearded face.
You're not mad
It's the guy who voices Benson.
at us for breaking your world record.
It's the highest score in the whole universe. 1,279,001. Now who holds that record again? Me!
Why did it get
Beard of
really
Garrett
loud?
Bobby Ferguson.
Hey, giant beardo face!
I told you that's not my name.
Yeah.
One game for the universe record. Winner gets all the respect. Let's play.
Let's play. And then he ends up like cheating in this too. Oh, I love it. The dude. Why you crying, dude? Where is it?
No rules, right?
No rules. The hobby. You being so.
Yeah. I love this. Dude, why you crying, dude?
Dude, why you crying? Okay, dude, we'll let you have it.
Oh, why they keep clipping away from it? Why you crying, dude?
Thank you so much. Thank you for being so dumb. I didn't devote my life to this cruddy game. It's just a hobby. You can't tie GBF down.
Cheating!
Universe rules, baby. There are no rules.
So, Garrett Bobby Ferguson, guaranteed cheater. And from outer space. Billy Mitchell, alleged cheater, human from Earth. So, very different people.
when GBF loses his title, the character literally explodes, unlike Plaintiff.
It's very true.
One could argue Billy Mitchell also explodes, but it's far more embarrassing. His explosions just usually end up with shittily written lawsuits, and as well as just verbal tantrums and salt.
Billy Mitchell's compulsive need to threaten and
I want to
sue
hear
people
him
that
talk
about him has reached all-time highs, and you will not
Is that
believe
John
what he has
Wick?
recently done to try to silence me.
Yeah.
But before that, my legal defense has cost $180,000.
Yep.
Yes, you heard correctly, $180,000.
That's why it's so disgraceful when someone takes this absolute garbage route. There's a lot of people that have done this online. You guys might remember BitBoy Crypto tried something similar against Atozy, where Atozy called him out on some of the shit he was talking about, and BitBoy Crypto threatened this big lawsuit, you know, defamation, I can't sleep, I can't eat because he called me a dirtbag, that kind of shit.
What?
It is always such a financial burden to fight that shit, even though it doesn't win the case. The whole point is to bleed you of money. It's so fucked up. Does it not cost Billy Mitchell money to file these? I don't know. I'm not...
Yeah, how is it not costing them money? And if they're not winning anything, they have to pay their legal team for all, like everything they did, right? So do you just have to know you have more money than them? Like, how the fuck does that work?
Not well versed enough to know for sure. A lot of times the frivolous lawsuits, in order to file them, it's not super expensive or anything. You can do it relatively cheap. At least
But you
compared
gotta
to
pay your
fighting
lawyer
it.
to do stuff,
Because
right?
once you file it, the onus is really on the person you're going after to defend themselves against you.
Oh.
So that's where a lot of the money comes from. So yes, it does cost something for them to do it, but it doesn't cost nearly as much for them to file it as it does to fight it.
Because you see, Billy Mitchell isn't satisfied just suing me once. Oh no, he is going to sue me.
Double
most-
dipping.
Oh,
In
nerd.
April
double
of this
fist.
year, I released a video called Disgraced Gamer Billy Mitchell Accused of Extortion, where I factually and objectively reported on accusations made against Mitchell by the current Donkey Kong World Record holder, Robbie Lakeman.
Then that's where you made a mistake, Carl. I gotta tell you, when it comes to Billy Mitchell, there's no such things as facts, only feelings. And you poke the sweeping bear. Billy was content with just one frivolous lawsuit, but now he's going in full throttle.
You called him a disgraced gamer. I feel like that was always gonna piss him off. I hate that he uses the same browser as me, because every time I watch his videos, I get fucking confused about this, and I end up trying to click it at some point.
As in my humble opinion, he has absolutely no case, and this is just an attempt to scare me, but it still gets even worse.
Yeah, it's an expensive scare tactic, though. And I have to say, I love the nuts on Carl. So, usually in these things, they make a request, take down the video or else. A lot of times, because of how expensive this is and how scary the big numbers are, people fold, take it down.
Yeah.
Hope that's the end of it. Carl sticks to his guns, and I always...
$450,000. What is the difference between... What is aggravated damages? Is that like... What the fuck?
appreciate that. I always think that's great. Just say, okay, you want to dance? Mama's putting on the dancing shoes then. Let's hit the tango. And then duke it out from there. Because going forward, while it's cheaper to file it than it is to fight it, it is still going to cost Billy Mitchell money should this continue.
Right?
He's going to lose money.
Yeah, like if they actually end up in a courtroom with the judge and like people trying to figure it out, they both have to have a legal team. They both have to pay them per hour to be there and prepare for it and all that shit. So like, I feel like that means in a frivolous lawsuit, you want them to swat it down, because like if they end up like not settling or not like swatting it down super easy and you end up in court for an extended period of time, now you're losing money too, and statistically you're probably going to end up losing the case overall. So I don't know, it seems like that could backfire pretty easy
as well. And it's not like he's like super wealthy. He does have a decent chunk of change to his name from what I understand.
Yeah, there's no way Billy Mitchell doesn't have like a decent amount of money. His basement had like a bunch of arcade machines. I'm sure he won money like from competitions if he was the greatest gamer of all time at some point.
But it's not like he's made out of money. He can't fight this thing forever.
In May of this year, I released a video called I Cheated in a Speedrun and I Need to Come Clean, which was a parody video where I jokingly made fun of myself for submitting a few cheated scores to a gaming magazine over 20 years ago when I was a kid. Anyone who's
That's
watched
hilarious.
that video might be wondering what this has to do with Billy Mitchell.
That's fucking hilarious. He told on his kid self. Oh, dude, it was just a magazine. That's so fucking funny.
As
brought
the
up in the
video wasn't
lawsuit.
about him,
Carl
nor did I even
drops.
talk about him. While it's true that I
Damn!
didn't
Oh my god, he
mention or talk
hella did. That's so funny.
about Billy Mitchell, I did show this clip.
You're familiar with Billy Mitchell, world wrestling champion? He could probably do it. So I gotta find a way to harness his power, and I think I found a way.
That's right, we're gonna cheat.
This is a meme that was made back in 2000.
Damn! buddy,
20, which has over 4 million views
Fire
on YouTube
meme.
and millions of views on Twitter. That's right, in the entire video, I literally did not mention Billy Mitchell
He
at
should
all
sue
or
Angry
talk about
Video
him.
Game
I
Nerd.
simply randomly threw in this meme of someone else talking as a joke, and Billy Mitchell wants to sue me for this.
I didn't remember this. Peter Dinklage plays a Billy Mitchell stand-in who's always bested Adam Sandler's character when they were kids. It's revealed the reason he was so good was because he cheated. Fucking hype. I'm assuming Billy Mitchell tried a lawsuit.
I didn't know that. That's fucking hilarious. Why does he look like Peter Dinklage? Damn! I'm never not gonna see that now.
There. He must have consented to that then. Maybe that was too big of an opportunity for him to get upset about. They had the creator of Pac-Man get eaten by Pac-Man in the movie. That's a little different though.
But it's
Billy
way
Mitchell
different.
is always adamant that he's never cheated. It's all legit. He is... What does he call himself? Is it the Gamer of the Century? Like, he calls himself fucking Gamer of the Century or something.
Gamer of the world.
Oh, Video Game Player of the Century. Not even... Jesus, Gamer of the Century would have been better. Why Video Game Player?
Yeah,
Just call yourself Gamer.
calling yourself video game player makes it sound like you don't play a lot of video games.
And you get one word for the price of 3. Mm-hmm.
Billy Mitchell is guilty of fraudulently hoodwinking so as to obtain unfair advantage when competing in video games.
Yeah. That is what the meme is saying. I don't know how you really sue for the meme, though. Especially when Carl didn't even make the meme.
I was going to say, if he didn't make the meme, why is he being sued? I feel like that's a really easy one to argue.
He should go after the meme maker.
Yeah.
In fact, he should just go after anyone that says anything about him on Twitter or Reddit.
Okay, hold on, calm down.
Like, just really put your tentacles all the way out there.
Section 10A of the Defamation Act
Including
at
you?
the time of your
I'm actually shocked Billy Mitchell hasn't come after me yet. Not only have I made fun of this man extensively for years now, talked about him on the podcast quite a bit, I keep up with Billy Mitchell and the enjoyable...
I had no idea who this dude was, but this is hilarious to me. Absolutely. The best part about this is that Garrett Bobby Ferguson turned out to be similar to an earthly being. Like, that is the greatest thing ever.
Tragedy that is his public reputation and how he just wipes his ass with it constantly. I'm super finger on the pulse when it comes to Billy Mitchell. I am shocked he hasn't tried. I suppose he's welcome to if he wants. I would absolutely fight that shit tooth and nail. I'd request that it be live streamed as well, so that way there's fucking content flowing from it. I think it'd be great. Billy Mitchell strikes me as the type of guy that would represent himself in court too. Even though none of his lawsuits have ever made it that far because they're such dog shit, I feel like if they did, he would represent himself. It would be just a content factory.
Oh my lord. Billy Mitchell is a joke. He has become a parody of himself. This letter is nothing short of hilarious.
Not defamatory.
And I would otherwise
Truth.
be laughing if not for the fact that this is a real letter written by a real lawyer that my lawyers really had to respond to. So not only does he want to sue me over a meme that someone else made, but he wants to sue me over a meme that someone else made that's true. And what's ironic is that there are hundreds of comments underneath the YouTube video of this clip of people making fun of Billy, joking, saying that he's going to sue them for posting it. And then he actually...
Yeah, how can you... As Billy Mitchell, they even quoted the YouTube comments in the lawsuit.
That's fucking cringe.
So how can you as Billy Mitchell see these comments
and then do it,
you knowing you're gonna sue him?
Oh God, you have to be such a small person, to need this so badly. Like, just move on. You know, like, just get a new thing. I guess. I don't know. Do you have to have a thing this bad? Because this is worse. You don't have it, and you're like going down in flames. Like, it's, oh God.
You still do it. You make yourself an even bigger joke. It is actually just impressive.
He just must miss the money, cars, and women. You know, I assume the money, cars, and women were just flowing and flowing when he was in the Gaming Eyes Good Graces. But ever since the alleged controversies, he has, you know, just been fighting to get it all back.
Billy Mitchell is like a human snowball, like just tumbling down a mountain.
Yeah, but it's also on fire.
And bigger and bigger as more and more failures compound, and then eventually just having this comedic explosion at the bottom that everyone points and laughs at. What a remarkable legacy.
So I have set up a GoFundMe.
What a fucking weirdo, man.
Me to help with my fight against Billy Mitchell, and any help would be immensely appreciated.
Absolutely.
This GoFundMe is set to cover the rest of my existing lawsuit, plus the new lawsuit that Billy Mitchell says he will be filing, plus having to deal with all of the other bullshit threats that come my way. This is in Australian dollars, so it's not as large as it seems, but it's still a very significant amount of money.
It's not as large as it seems. But hey, I do like how he prefaces. It is still a significant amount of money.
That is
I think
going
it's
to take to
150k
defeat
USD.
Mitchell. There is light at the end of the tunnel, though. In Australian court, generally the loser has to pay a lot of the legal fees of the winning party.
Oh, well, that's good.
I hope it's going well. I haven't checked. Fuck yeah.
Hey,
that's a good day one right there.
Yeah, hell yeah, it is.
I really think when Carl wins, I don't see a world where Billy somehow squeaks out a dub here. I think when Carl wins, Carl needs to countersue. And I will do whatever it takes to make that possible. I want to put Billy Mitchell against the ropes. I want Carl and Billy to duke it out in court. And I just want to be there with the popcorn to spectate. Because you can countersue for frivolous lawsuits. Knowingly filing bogus lawsuits isn't necessarily allowed. You can come back against that, for sure. So I really think once this is all settled, the dust settles, I think a countersuit is the right play.
The next 12 months will not be good for Billy Mitchell. He has his trial against Twin Galaxies.
I'm so
coming
glad they're
up,
showing
and in
this.
my opinion,
Oh,
and in
yeah.
the opinion of anyone who knows the details of Mitchell's cheating, he has absolutely no chance of winning.
I completely fucking forgot. Billy Mitchell is actually being sued right now. So in the middle of him getting sued, he is still sending out lawsuits. This man is unstoppable. I forgot Twin Galaxies is suing him.
But as soon as he loses one of these lawsuits, which is inevitable, he will be absolutely destroyed and everything will come crumbling down. So, this has been an update to what I've been dealing with.
So one thing
God, it's
Carl
fucking
says that I think
crazy.
is a little wrong is everything crumbling down for Billy Mitchell. That makes it sound like Billy Mitchell has like a prospering career.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it sounds like this dude had it all at one point, and like the alleged the accusations came out that he possibly cheated for either Donkey Kong or some or all of his records, right? Those accusations came out, and for whatever reason, it appears a lot of people believe they're credible, so he's become somewhat disgraced, kind of fell from his, high place, and since then has just engaged in behavior that only makes him less and less, further and further away from that place of grace that he wants to get back to. This is a giant, like, flaming ball of cringe. Like, it's like Mordecai was saying, it's like a snowball rolling down the hill, right? But like, it's like rolling down and it's getting bigger. It's just also on fire. Like, I feel like everything he's doing is the worst move, the worst reaction. It just makes him seem like that much less likable. Or that much likable, or just so unlikable. It just makes him seem so freaking unlikable as a person. He just, oh god, and insecure, like outrageously insecure. And the outfits and poses don't help either.
Doesn't. Billy Mitchell is like the definition of washed up has-been.
Yeah.
Everything will come crumbling down should all of these lawsuits not go in his favor, which I highly doubt they will. But it's not like he's in a good spot right now in general. People talk about him as the butt of jokes. He's not necessarily a celebrity. He's not looked at as a video game icon.
He's definitely not a celebrity. I'm a giant gamer and I've never fucking heard of this dude.
Or champion or anything. He doesn't have like a big empire. He's just a big asshole who has ruined his own legacy and refuses to accept any level of responsibility. No one gives a fuck about Billy Mitchell aside from laughing at him for every frivolous lawsuit. You might get sued. I'm not saying anything defamatory. I'm just saying the truth of where he's at right now. He may or may not have cheated. There's a lot of evidence to...
Yeah, I don't think it sounds like anyone's ever proven whether or not he's cheated. In fact, from what I've gathered from this, there's only really an accusation coming from the current top Donkey Kong player. But no one ever investigated. No one ever did anything. So it's impossible to say whether or not he cheated. Obviously, when a professional player leverages an accusation like that, like we saw with the chess thing, people take it seriously. But even with the chess thing, no one was willing to commit to the idea that the other player cheated until there was an investigation or until there was something going. I don't know. You can't say for 100% the guy cheated or didn't cheat. That's just where it sits. Until something happens. Something more happens, There's evidence on both sides, it sounds like.
Suggest he did, but it's all alleged, of course.
Exactly.
I'm just talking about him being a joke of a person. That's not defamatory. I find you sad.
Yeah, no, the reactions he has to people talking about it are very cringe. Insanely cringe. Going out of your way to sue everyone multiple times, and just the phrasing on some of these lawsuits, it just sounds like the most stop making fun of me, you're hurting my feelings thing ever, which is so cringe, dude. It's just really cringe. Just let it go. Like, it's really what I can just keep going back to. Just let it go. Find a new game, you know? Like, check out Mario Maker. I don't know. Like,
Watching you makes me laugh and feel sadness.
Again, if you have the means, I would appreciate any help, so please consider donating to my GoFundMe, or consider sharing this video. Thank you so much for watching.
yeah. I'll tweet the GoFundMe, and I'll share this video. Don't you worry. In a way.
Thanks for watching, guys. Follow me on Twitch to join us live, like and subscribe, and I will catch you later.